Good day, everybody. Brian here from quantlabs.net. We are going to go over a lengthy list of books. I haven't done this in a while for what aspiring quants should maybe acquire, as this probably could be a good lead into the question from Quant Stack Exchange. What are the quantitative finance books that we should all have? Um, so it really depends. This is very math oriented. Um, there's so many books here you could go through. I mean, let's just give it a shot. So the first one is Asset Pricing from Cochrane, Introduction to Financial Options, Math, Stochastics, and Computation. So these are all obviously going to be somewhere listed on Amazon. Now, I can never explain to people what's good, what's not. Obviously, you look at the reviews, number of reviews. So let me just see what we have here. Um, so obviously the police there are enforcing their rules. Here's a couple of ones that I think that are probably the granddaddies of them all. That should be your basics from John Hall. Options, futures, and other derivatives. Yes. Concepts of practice of mathematical and finance. Mark Joshi. And this one, Paul Wilmott, is the granddaddy of them all. There's actually three versions, um, or three book series on this. This is the big one. So if I did a search on that for Paul Wilmott, let me just do a search on here, and hopefully you can see it. So this is the general one of 77 pages, but this is the one you want, the three volume set. It's about I think about 1,200 pages in total, in around there. It's quite good. I think a lot of people are not being kind because it's kind of old, but this is the book series that started a whole movement of quant, and you may want to look at it just out of curiosity what all the people are saying about why it's bad. Oh, of course, I don't think so, Google. Anyways, but that is the book series to look for. Continuing along here, you can see we got other books here on again Cochrane. Again, I could go over these, but I'm just going to go through these of which are important. Um, Again, I'm not sure. Option pricing probably a really good if you're trying to do high frequency trading. The option pricing's probably where you want to look. Asset allocations for pretty well portfolio optimization. This list is quite good actually. Asset classes, equity, FX. Typically, what you'll find in high HFT shops will be FX, commodities. If we have another commodity super cycle, it looks like it's starting already. Um, and let's see here, credit derivative. These are more institutional. So same with interest derivative, credit derivative. I can't really say on those. Quantitative risk management concepts, that would be maybe useful. Again, these are the things if you're new to math, probability helps, stochastic calculus helps, Markov processes or martingales may help. Obviously, statistics is another classic one. Any of these. The other one here is machine learning. So obviously, these are specifically uh, to trading. This one is, if you don't know this person, Dr. Marcos Lopez de Prado. He's considered one of the top quants in the world. Currently works, I think, of head of quant strategies in Abu Dhabi. Quite a prestigious position to have. They must have paid him quite a bit for him to take that. I've got a video on his university papers. It's quite thick, so I'm sure a lot of people will ask for that. So if you go onto my YouTube channel, it's basically what real quant looks like. None of this stuff that you find on HFT on, you know, Meta on MT4 or MT5 for retail Forex. It's kind of a joke, but let me just pull up that video. If you type in real quant, you should be able to find it. Yeah, it's right here. If you look at this, what real quant HFT looks like from an advanced math PhD doctorate book. So that's from the same person of Dr. Marcos Lopez de Prado. Now, of course, we get into the C++, which is standard. Pricing models is a good one from Mark Joshi. That'll help you get into formulas and how to build them in C++. And that's the sort of thing where you will be asked a lot when it comes to recruiting process at a lot of these big firms. Obviously, Python's another big one. So these are a good list on the math side of stuff for programming. Interviews helps as well. There's a lot of people online that want to extract money out of you, that claim to be quant, working in quant firms. I can't make any of those claims if those are true or not. I really don't think you should be paying people to work on your resume or pay out for quant career tips. I think that's a complete waste of money because there's so many free resources out there to go, even if it's free, like on LinkedIn and whatnot. But you have to choose wisely. You want to talk to real quants, and I'm not going to name names here. Obviously, don't want to have lawyer bills to deal with. But a lot of them, yeah, I think are very amateurish. There's a couple I've seen that will sit there playing video games and claiming their live streams, claiming their quants and wanting you to pay them $50 to ask a question on YouTube live streams. Like, give me a break. Um, so quant job interview questions, same head on street quant questions from this guy, so on and so forth. So these may be useful. This is a good book here, Emmanuel Derman, My Life as a Quant, showing you how um, tough it is in the business. Quants, how a new breed of math whizzes conquered Wall Street and nearly destroyed it. This one from Edward Thorpe is pretty good as well. How I beat the dealer and the market. So this is I think it's poker or Vegas card games. I can't remember which one it was, but I think it was poker. And he used the same logic. So here's another one: Liar's Poker, cultural classics, and yeah. So there's those. I think the math part should be included but limited. I don't know about limited because a lot of what you'll do in true quant research and stuff, most likely you'll learn in school, and that's going to be math, applied math, statistics, physics in either master's and PhD. So that's who's going to get those juicy, lucrative jobs. Statistical learning is another big one as well. So yeah, you got to be very good at math. So there's a bunch here. I'll put these on my blog. And let's see here. Yeah, that this list is quite exhaustive here that I just showed you. And there's always other interesting lists out there. I don't put a lot of emphasis on equity portfolios because it depends. I mean, right now equity's doing really good, stock, ETF, all that. But if things don't do well, then it's going to be more commodities, as I said. If we have a super cycle there, if we have currencies, currencies will do okay, and that's the place to be if things get really bad. economically. Um, Another one here is stochastic differential equations on SDE, rigorous statement of important results on the topic. So you can see how exhaustive it is when you go through these recruiting processes. It also depends upon what asset class you'll be dealing with. And these are going to be top level people as well. So here's another book here that was recommended: Portfolio Optimization, Stochastic Volatility and Symptotics. I think this is this is SSRN. This is a research paper. So this is more focusing on stochastics, volatility approximations, and just the volatility, and on it goes for that one. So again, here's the other question found: the quant exchange. Um, so this guy, what are the quant books that we should have all on our shelves? It's already covered. I'm specifically looking for books that focus on project like exercises when you apply Monte Carlo. This is another area not talked about. Time series, similar techniques to solve problems. So there's some interesting answers here. This is similar to what. Uh, so there's this book. Let's see what this one is. Um, yeah, let me just quash that. Really slow. Time series wise, well known for case studies. Let's see this one. And that's pretty well it. You don't get a lot of big answers from forecasting with dynamic regression. Here's the table of contents. Uh, ARIMA is very popular out there. Regression models, rationale behind lag models, regression models, model identification. A good tip I can put out there to learn, and I keep saying it, is the documentation from MATLAB. It's institutional level, so they've got a good high quality of documents there as well. And obviously, using MATLAB itself and the M language, that can be very helpful for those that don't know. That's where Dr. Ernie Chan cut his teeth in the world of quant, is with MATLAB. He's also expanded into both R and Python as well, but I don't think he goes deep into the technology. I don't know where he's at right now, but back in the day when I knew him, we're going back probably close to 15 years. Model check and reformulation evaluation, intervention analysis, outlier detection. That's a big one for fat tail analysis equivalent treatment. Estimation forecast. That's going to be a big one as well. Dynamic regression in a vector ARMA framework. And yeah, it goes on and on and on. Let's go on to another book here. So again, we looked at this one. And again, we haven't even talked about the introduction of them all, is the Black-Scholes. So again, here is, I believe this was Black-Scholes. So this one, advanced stochastic model, risk assessment, portfolio optimization. Here are the authors right there. I'm not going to try to mention their names. We got Frank J. Fabozzi as well out of the three. Fundamentals of probability metrics, outline new approaches, portfolio optimization, essential risk measures. It's good to have good, preferably C++ source code to link the the math explanation and proofing to source code to really see how it's done, because it's, you got to be able to translate from the book all the formulas into the code, and that's where a lot of people can go wrong. Illustrate a range of applications to optimal portfolio choice, risk theory, computational finance, useful for financial engineers. That's what they called them back then. Well, we got more here. This is from Wiley. I think we looked at this one. Yeah. So we looked at a good number. There's a software as well. QuantLib's a pretty good one as well for the software as a library. I see a lot of people asking questions about quantlib.org. So this can be, I think, used in institutional. It's the core of it's written in C++. It may be very useful for different types of of uh, of different types of math used. So yeah, I checked this one out. It's free. It's open source as well here on GitHub. So that's all pretty good explanation as well. So there you go. That's a quick 15-minute or thereabouts on some books, not all, but I'll put all the links in my blog here. If you want to know more, go over to quantlabsnet.com, go under learn, register there, and get yourself onto our email list. And if you want to join our group as well, more groups at quantlabsnet.com, and then you can just join and see all the news and all the other fun stuff that I post, and among other things. Thanks for watching.